Cubs, I'm Wyatt.
And I'm John.
And now it's time for our amazing broadcast. The Homework Club is ongoing and everyone's invited. This club is from 8:05 to 8:35 every morning except for Wednesdays. If interested, check in at the office and then head to A39, Miss Flasco's room, or A22, Miss Smith's room.
And now it's time for Teacher's Corner. I'm Caitlin. Miss Toomer is an all-grade art teacher here at O'Leary. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Kenyon Crapo interviewing Miss Tuma. How long have you been teaching?
Well, Kenyon, this is my 14th year at O'Leary, and I taught 3 years before I taught at O'Leary, so that makes 17 years. So I'm almost at 2 decades. Can you believe that?
Do you ever miss any students from the past?
Do I miss students from the past? Oh yeah, I definitely miss students from the past. There are some kids that I have that I remember, and I use them for teaching examples currently. For instance, I miss your big brother, Sawyer. He was a good one. But the cool thing about teaching is that I always get new kids that I get to meet, and then eventually I will miss them too, right? So like I get to meet little brothers and sisters of the ones that I miss, or not. But either way, it's all good.
What's your favorite part about teaching?
Well, my favorite part about teaching is seeing what the students what they can do with a project. So a lot about teaching art is setting out some like game rules and then seeing what the students will do with those game rules and watching their creativity blossom. I always am surprised at what the kids can do with things. Their creativity is just the best part of my job, is to see what they can make.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kenyon.
Thank you for your time, Miss Tuma.
Now for Campus News, I'm Shelby. Dungeons & Dragons is a role-playing game where you choose your story as you play. It is incredibly interactive and fun. Now for some interviews.
Hi Cubs, I'm Carson.
And I'm Rigel.
And we're going to interview some students about D&D Club. I'm here interviewing Jacob King about his views on D&D Club. What is your favorite part about D&D?
My favorite part has to be the fact that we get so many people in there that would have otherwise never met each other, and they can all sit down and have something in common and have fun.
Is D&D a game for nerds?
Absolutely.
Would you recommend D&D to others?
I feel like Dungeons & Dragons is a great way to connect for everyone, no matter who you are.
And why did you start up D&D in the first place?
I started Dungeons & Dragons Club because Dungeons & Dragons is something that I enjoy, and it's something that I wanted others to enjoy as well.
What is your favorite part about playing D&D?
My favorite part about D&D is that you don't have to be yourself, you can be someone else almost, and experience the life of someone else instead of always having to be yourself and being held back by what people expect of you.
So my favorite part about Dungeons & Dragons Club is that I probably get to be like somebody different. So like I have a character where he basically just goes around and is funny.
My favorite part of D&D is that you can be creative in any way. You can do almost anything that you can imagine, but you just have to use your imagination. Your imagination is your limit.
My favorite part of D&D is just being able to go on an adventure with friends when you normally couldn't in the modern day.
Thank you for your time.
Now back to the studio.
Thank you for your time. Now it's time for lunch. I'm Rigel. We will be having chicken and cheese wrap, corn mixed, fruit raisins, hamburger, salad bar, and low-fat milk.
Now it's time for weather. I'm Judd. Today we will have a high of 28 degrees and a low of 15 degrees.
Now for Today in History. I'm Barrett. On this day, January 27, 1984, Michael Jackson received serious burns to his head after his hair caught fire. He was in Los Angeles filming for a Pepsi-Cola commercial when the special effects went wrong.
And now it's time for Brain Drain. I'm Caitlin. What year did the first space shuttle get launched? Is it A, 1995, B, 1981, C, 1975, or is it D, 1989? And the answer is B, 1981.
And now it's time for Babyface. I'm Kaya. Who is this adorable baby girl? Is it A. Electra Crosswell, B. Phoebe Lindor, C. Isabella Plain, or is it D. Elise Espinosa? And the answer is D. Elise Espinosa.
Hey Cubs, I'm Carson, and now for word power. What does the word otolaryngologist mean? Is it A. Someone who studies hair, B. Another word for a dentist, C. A person who studies clams, or is it D. An ear, nose, and throat physician? And the answer is D. An ear, nose, and throat physician.
And now for recycling. How many plastic bottles are used every month? Is it A. 4 billion, 40 billion, B. 30 billion, C. 50 billion, or is it D. 31 billion? And the answer is A. 40 billion.
Now for birthdays, I'm Elena, January 26th, Johnson Higgs Dolan, Zoe Hoffman, Melody Tribino, January 27th, Haley Fisher, Kinley Hill, January 28th, Xander Weeks, January 29th, and Mackenzie Schnackenberg.
And now for sports, I'm Jennifer. Friday, January 28th, boys basketball, OMS at Filer, 4 o'clock start, release, 2:45, leave 3.
And now for Where in the World Are We? I'm Savannah. This city is in southwest Croatia. It is the largest city in the region of Dalmatia. It lies on the eastern shore of the Adriatic Sea and is spread over a central peninsula and its surroundings. Is this city A. Pala, B. Split, C. Zadar, or is it D. Sirius? And the answer is B. Split.
And now it's time for quote. I'm Mackenzie. Today's quote is, "Go the extra mile, it's never crowded, anonymous."
That's the end, Cubs. I'm Wyatt.
And I'm John.
And have an amazing rest of your day.